Hey, today I'm going to make the MyInterest site, and I thought for my interest I'm going to make it with this drum set. I purchased it not too long ago. It's a Gretsch 7-piece drum kit. And so there you go, that's my content, and here we go. I'm off campus, so I need to open my VPN client. And connect. And now I need to connect to my disk space. I need to mount my drive. Command K. And there it is. And I'm going to do a little cleanup. And I have more stuff in my folder than you probably have in yours, but that's okay. So now I'm going to go to our class website. And I have to find the assignment, which I don't remember where it is. There we go. I'm going to download the zipped and compressed MyInterest site. And it's in my downloads folder. And I could either expand it here or I could expand it on the server. I'm going to expand it here. And then I'm going to drag that whole folder over to my IMS222 folder to copy it. Now I think I'm going to take a peek and see if I actually have it there. 222 MyInterest. You can use the assignment viewer to get it, and voila, I have the shell of a website. Alright, so let's see what I want to put on there. So I'm going to open my text editor, which is Text Wrangler. And let's just kind of highlight some stuff. So we've talked about wireframes and mock-ups and prototypes, and one way I like to design websites is just with text. So I think I want to have, I'm going to be talking about my Gretsch drum kit purchase. So I want to talk about purchase log maybe, and then I'll have a photo gallery, and then I think I'll have a video gallery maybe. And I think that's going to be it for my site. So if I compare that to the template that came down where I've got home, this, that, the other, and sample page, I'm going to rename those to purchase log, photo gallery, and video gallery, and I won't need sample page. Let's look at one of those pages. Let's look at the index page. And I'm going to look at that with Text Wrangler. And we can see that it's got this line number 1 says include virtual www site header.htm. What that's doing is it's pulling in that web page just like it was part of this page. So I'm going to open up that site header with Text Wrangler. And it's got all this stuff in there. So why did I do that? The answer to that question is because I would otherwise have to put that on every page, and I didn't really want to do that. I didn't want to put that on every page. So I'm going to leave it as it is, and I'm going to edit my site header. And I don't remember already what I said I was going to put on there. So let's copy that. And I'm on my site header page now. And I'm going to leave home right where it is, and that's going to go to my index.htm. And then I want the next one to go to purchase log. And we know that spaces are bad on web pages, so I could either do an underscore or a camel case. I think I'm going to do underscores today. So I'm going to add the photo gallery and the video gallery. I don't know why I'm calling all those galleries, but that's what I decided, so I'm going to stick with it. And then I'm going to nuke the sample page. But if I wanted another one, I would just add it in right there after that. Now I don't need that. And I'm going to change Kirk's MyInterest sample site to Kirk's Gretsch drum set purchase site. It's not really a purchase, it's my purchase log. I'll call it my purchase log. Okay, so that's called MyInterest, and I think I'm going to rename it to Gretsch. That's the brand of the drum. CSS. And I need to change the file name so that it matches, otherwise it's not going to find it. And then I've got purchase log. That used to be this, right? And then I've got photo gallery, and that used to be that. And then I've got video gallery, and that used to be the other. It really doesn't matter which one it is. I just need a web page named that so I can put the content in there. And I nuked my reference to sample page, so it's not really necessary for me to keep that. So I'm just going to trash that page altogether to get rid of the clutter. I also don't need this includes another way, so I am going to chuck that. And I think I have some images in there. I do. So let's save this page. I made a lot of changes and I haven't reloaded, which is a little bit scary. So hopefully this will still work. And now we see home, purchase log, photo gallery, and video gallery. So excellent. It worked. So let's put some put some content in there. And I'll go ahead and do a paragraph. And I'll say I recently purchased a Gretsch drum kit. And this site tell you about that purchase. Okay. And voila, there we go. And probably need a picture there. It's looking really boring, isn't it? So let's go ahead and get some pictures. I had taken some pictures and put them here on this desktop, or on this site. I think you may have already seen that one, so I might use a different one. Let's use that one. So I'm going to copy that image and do a new folder. I'm going to call this For the Web. I'm going to paste that in there. And I'm going to call this Front Page. Front Page Image. I don't need to yell at you. And I'm going to open that up with Preview. And I'm going to adjust my size. And let's go with 1024 by 683 is fine. There's no limit other than it needs to be smaller than 500K or a half a megabytes. And I'm going to save that. And I'm going to close that. And now I'm going to drag that over to my images folder. Front page image, and I don't like to type things if I can avoid it. So I'm going to copy that. And then here, I think I'm going to do img source equals double quote, close the double quote, alt equals one of the Gretsch Toms, and then I can close that. And that's .jpg, and I did lowercase there, and it would be nice for it to match what the actual image name is. So I'm going to change the extension, 3 character thing there, to make it lowercase so it matches. And I'm going to save that. And now I'm going to reload my page, and it didn't work. Oh, it's so sad. Why didn't it work? It didn't work because it's an IMG folder, and I did not reference that folder. So I need to add IMG. And now I'm going to reload. And voila, yay, look at that. Isn't that nice? And I believe I have some CSS in there that already does styling to make it the right size, so it's responsive. Very cool. All right, let's work on the purchase log. I think I'm done with this page. And I'm done with that page. I need to come over here and work on the purchase log. Open with Text Wrangler. And I don't have a section on this one, that's interesting. But I had a section on the first one. Let's look at that again. Open with Text Wrangler. I think I've got a little bit of overkill going on there. So I'm going to get rid of that section and section. And then I'm back on my purchase log page. And it's still doing the same include of the header and then the footer. We didn't really look at the footer, but you can understand what it's doing, right? It's showing this. This is my footer. You can steal my code, but make it your own. See, that's where I'm closing my section tag. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a footer called Gretsch 7-piece I before E except after C 7-piece And let's call it the make and model first. Catalina Satin Deep Cherry Burst 7-piece kit. And we're going to reload that. And voila, there it is down on the footer. Now the cool thing is it's on every page like that. So if I go here to the purchase log, you can see all my header stuff is up here and my footer stuff is there, and I just did it once. So my content here is, this content goes here. I like Hershey bars. Well, I do like Hershey bars, but I probably don't want to say that. And I had started changing it, but I did not save those changes. So on the purchase log page, I'm gonna put some content of, how about we do a, let's see, what do we do on the index page? We have a paragraph around everything. So let's do paragraphs. And I'm gonna say, I bought my Gretsch kit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm gonna fill in more content later. There it is. Cool. And see, I've got the same styling around each one of those. That's cool. And then I've got a purchase log. And let's go ahead and do a photo gallery. So that's going to my photo_gallery.htm page. So let's edit that one. And looks like I did article stuff there. I don't really want to do an article. So let's go to the index page, and I already have code for an image. And let's get our images, because I don't know what we're making yet. That one's pretty cool. Copy that and paste it in there. That one's pretty cool, but similar to the other one. That's focusing on the symbol. That one's not bad. I'll give you three pictures. Let's come on down. I took pictures on a couple different days. Oh, that's nice. Got a little bit of a bluish hue on those. I bought new symbols too, if you're wondering why I took those. Looks like I didn't get a big overhead shot, but that would have been cool. Let's do this one. And they're pretty similar. I'll call this Tom's from the left. And we'll call that one overhead shot. And we'll call that one from the floor tom. Now they're all too big. So I'm going to open each one of those, not that one. If I hold the command key down on my Mac, I can select certain ones. And I'm going to adjust the size. Let's go a little different than 1024 this time. Let's do just a straight 1000. And I'm going to save that. And we'll do that on both of these to make them all the same size. And we can save that. Can close those. And let's do one more thing. Let's make it a little bit more artsy. And to do that, I'm going to open it with a different program called Pixelmator. And I'm going to do a new image, and I'm going to call it 1000 wide still, but I'm only going to do 300 pixels high. You could do this with preview too, but I'm choosing to do it this way. I'm going to zoom out, and you see I can move things up and down and around. So I'm going to do that and export my image. Let's go ahead and export it as a JPEG. And oh look, it's already got my IMS folder kind of selected. It needs to go in the MyInterest site in the IMG folder, and we'll call that From the Left. That's the drummer view. And I'm done with that one. We're going to do the same thing with the other two images. Copy, paste. That's pretty good. Export. Overhead. It's already going to my web space. And the last one. From the right. We'll just call it from the right. From the right. And I'm going to close that window. And while I was doing that, I already changed my mind. And I think what I want to do is I want to call this photo gallery from the left. And so I can organize things. I could do a subfolder too, but I'm just going to use a naming convention of the page that I'm on. Gallery. And I'll copy that. And that's going to help all of my images sort to the same area. Because I only have a few images right now, but you could have hundreds or thousands of images, and then naming conventions are very important. All right, so let me steal the name of this image. I'm on my photo gallery page, and there we go. Before I get crazy and copy the other two, I'm gonna see if that works. And it did. And let's say Gretsch drums photo from the left side. And I'll put a little break in there. And I'm just going to cheat and use that as my alt text too. Let's make sure we like it. I copied that, but I didn't need to do that yet. Now I've got a little title for it. It's pretty cool. So I copied that, and I'm going to do paste, enter spaced, paste again. Now I just need the names of the other images. Oh, I missed my my titles. I tell you what, let's put a little break before that. Uh-oh. I goofed up my name on my front page image. Actually, let's look at that before I fix it. See, broken image. Bad, bad. So what I did was I changed the name of the image, but I didn't change the reference to it. So I changed it back. And I'm going to change the one that's called overhead to be that. And if I reload the front page, I'm good to go again. Let's do overhead second. And let's switch this from a break to a div. And we're going to do inline styling equals margin top of 2M. And then we're going to close that div here. Let's look at that before we go crazy with it. Purchase log. No, we're on photo gallery. Yeah, I like it. All right. So we're going to copy that, put that there, and these are Gretstrom's photo from the top. And I didn't need that anymore, from the top. And I already have overhead there as my name. Now I need to close my div. And I need one more div. Let's grab the top one again. And this is going to be from the right. I'm going to type, it's dangerous. And I'm going to close my div. No guarantees that this one's going to work. Yay! It's taking a little time to load that because I'm on VPN and that slows things down. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've got a consistent look. I could probably use a little bit more information, but I think it's all right. We already have the purchase log there, so it's time to work on the video gallery. And I need to open that page. Video gallery, open with Text Wrangler. And it says the other content goes here. Now, I don't remember how I had my videos in there. And it would be nice if I had a video somewhere. And I think I had one in the sample page, which is kind of a bummer. But, okay, and like all good code stealing, I am going to paste this code here, which is from our class website on doing a video. It may look familiar to you. There, actually I probably should put something, that way you can see the whole thing. So I've got a video wrapper, I've got an iframe, and then it closes the iframe, and then I close the div. And I have videos, and so I just need to get the URL for that video. I did these previously, so I'm kind of cheating because I'm just going to reuse them. Video logs, I can't remember where I put it. Here's our interviews. Tutorials, I think that's where I put it. Here we go. So I right clicked and I'm going to do copy video URL. And I'm going to paste that in here temporarily. And all I need is this code. And let's see what that looks like. Voila. Let's copy that and we'll put in 1 or 2 more videos. Here's one. I just put it there. Put it anywhere to hold it for a moment. Because I just need that. Oh, I didn't do setting it up. I thought I had a setting up code. I may add that a little bit later. So I'm going to nuke that, save it, and rerun it. And you probably don't have any idea what it is if you're coming here for the first time. So let's go back over to my photo gallery. Uh-oh, I found out that I didn't close my paragraph. Points off. So let's put a wrapper around my videos and see what that looks like. That's pretty good. And then I had some text. We'll just use the same styling, why not? Although I think I might close the div before the video. And the first video is a camera comparison. Camera comparison. That's pretty good. And then before the next video, that one is going to be overhead. And I might want to come up with some better words here a little bit later. And we should be able to play one of those. Although I don't think you can hear it because I have the sound turned way down. Okay, so we have the site is done pretty much. I've got content out there. I've got a menu system that works. I didn't do any styling. Maybe we should do some styling. And it probably doesn't need to be called MyInterest. So let's see if we can find the, we're done with that one. See if we can find the MyInterest and the MI there. Fave icon. So let's see, where, oh where does it say MyInterest? Maybe in the header? Oh, I opened it up in Safari. You don't want to do that. Can't edit code that way. I'm looking for the text MyInterest. MyInterest. Didn't find it. I wonder if it's really text. Nope. I right clicked and I said, I see that says save as, so it's actually a picture. Interesting. So I might want to find my fave icon, and I'm going to look at my pictures. Oh, I bet that's what it is right there. Site_logo.png. Let's go over to my IMG folder and look for site logo, and voila, there it is. So let's go ahead and make a new site logo. I'm going to open that up in preview, and I see that it is 200 by 40, and it's a PNG so you can see through it. So let's see what other pictures I've got. This is Deja Vu. Let's go back up to the top. That one's pretty good. I'm going to open it up with Pixelmator. And I'm going to do a new... Now I think I'll grab just the logo. Copy and new. And it's still really big. And then let's change the size. Do I remember how to do that? Image size. Let's make it 200 like the other one was. I don't know. I'll try 100. Tiny. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. I hit save. I really want to export it. And I'm going to call that new site logo. And there it is. And I think I'm gonna see if I can get it to work first before I do any deleting. New site logo. Reload my page. Uh-oh. It's a JPEG and not a PNG. JPG. There we go. Okay, so now that obviously doesn't work. So I'm either going to need to change some stuff or on the site, or I think I'm just going to cheat and I'm going to make it really small. And I remember before it said 200 by 40, so I'm just going to change that to 40 by 36. Now let's go 40 down here. And I hit save again, silly me. Export it. And I'm just going to save it over top of itself. New site logo. Reload that. Okay, so now we have a little caching problem. So I think I'm going to call that Gretsch site logo. And I need to call this one Gretsch site logo. Yeah, don't do any caching stuff up there. Still not quite right. I wonder if I have something on the CSS for a logo. So let's look at the CSS. Open that with Text Wrangler. I'm looking for logo, and there's the actual width and height. So I don't remember what it was. So I'm going to do image size and see that it's 45 by 40 now. 45, was it tall? Image size, 45 wide. By 40. And it is still goofing up. So I don't have anything to reload my cache or on my CSS or my HTML, I don't think. Here's a little trick. I'm going to reload my cache on my CSS by putting that in there. There we go. Sweet. Now if I really needed to change it again, I could change that to a 2. And that would force a reload of all the data, all the styling. Okay, so I've got a white background. That's a problem design-wise. And I might want to do some cool stuff as far as coloring. So let's close that window. Close the window. And I don't remember where my eyedropper tool is in this program because I'm used to using Photoshop. There it is. All right. 1176035. Copy as hex. I'm gonna just paste this for a second. Oh, look at that. All right. So now we're gonna go to find our color scheme. And it looks like we have lots of grays. I'm looking for a purple. And I'm not really sure which one's which here. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this for a second, right here. I'm gonna do a comment. That's gonna be my new color. So let's come over here and see if we can find, oh, it's kind of a green color, and it looks like it's in that big bar right there. And I think there's a little program, you could use one called Grab, which is in Utilities, Grab, and I want to capture window, choose window, there we go. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go into Pixelmator, and I'm going to paste that in there. And I'm going to look for copy as hex. I've never done this. I'm looking for that color. And of course I'm not going to find it. What color was it? OE something. Maybe it's that. So when I'm looking for a color and I'm not sure which one it is, I like to use red. Aha, I found it. So that color 123123, I want to make the color of the drums. Save that. Ooh, nice. And maybe let's get one more. We'll get that darker color right there to use somewhere else. So I think I'm done with that tool. That's going to be the footer, I guess. And let's go with that color right there. And I'm going to look in the footer, and I'm going to guess that it is that one right there. Let's reload. And see how that lightened up just a touch. So now it matches the drum. And that menu should probably be all the same color, whatever that is. So I'm going to undo this, and I'm going to do a find and replace of 111 with the new color. And it didn't tell me how many times it replaced it. Hopefully it did it more than once, and I don't think it did. So the menu icon, there we go, is just a little different. There we go. And the hover background color is, we're just going to make it the same too. Let's do everything that's 1, 2, 3. Everything that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is going to be the new color. And save it. And run it. Oop, wrong one. And I need to change my CSS version, which was not there. It was in the header. I'll do a reload. And I think it changed. I didn't pick a lot different color. Yeah, so back in the 1980s, there was a group called Van Halen, and there was the lead singer for the group was David Lee Roth. And he had this no brown M&Ms rule, which basically meant that the folks who were where he was doing a concert was supposed to take out all of the brown M&Ms. And the reason for that was basically to make sure that they read the contract, so that the when the band arrived, they knew that everything would be all set up and ready, because the venue read the contract and got everything ready exactly as they expected. So basically, if they showed up and there were brown M&Ms in the candy jar, they knew that they were going to have trouble. So I left for you a brown M&M. The place that I left the brown M&M was in the CSS, and it's way down here at the bottom. And it's Kirk's unused CSS. Remove this if you are stealing my CSS. So I am going to remove that and save it. I did that because I wanted to make sure that you are going all through my template. And if you're not using my template and you're using somebody else's, you should do the same thing. If you're stealing a template from, I don't know, Wix or wherever, a lot of those come with tons and tons of code in them, and it's all unused, it's unnecessary, and it just clutters up the place. So I want you to go through it and understand everything that's in the CSS, everything that's in the HTML, and the reason for that is so that you, so that you understand it. So I want you to go through the document if you're using my template, or if you're using someone else's template, and remove unused code. That's it. I look forward to seeing your projects and seeing what your interests are and seeing what you come up with. Thanks.